Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer guy here. Well, let's talk about Season 2. Great movies, a lot of fantastic movies. In fact, one of my all-time favorite movies. In fact, my current favorite Criterion as of 2016. My favorite Criterion movie, One Zero Heroes Holiday, was in Season 2. I forget, I think it's number 110, I think it was. So yeah, there were a lot of fantastic movies. I think it was, there were a lot of movies when I really started to get into what I was seeing and all that. But there were also a lot of clunkers, and this video is all about said clunkers. And well, this is just another video to showcase off the 14 movies that I felt were just, complete and utter dreck. I mean, ranking these wasn't easy. I had a really difficult time cutting it down to 14. For a long time I was just at 16, and then I had 15, and I thought, okay, which ones really deserve to be on this list? And so I really struggled with that. And just as a disclaimer, a lot of these some of the movies toward the bottom of this list are ones that I don't remember very well. So you'll forgive me if I'm not, I think a lot of, my description isn't very accurate or, anything like that. So I apologize in advance. Obviously I don't claim to be the most intelligent guy. And I've proven it to you, apparently, obviously, over all the reviews I've done. But I wanted to do it just as is, So anyway, this is the list. And yeah, so I may not have a lot to say about each video. I may have more to say about some movies than others, but it is what it is. So anyway, here we go. This is Nate Jackson's top 14 worst 14 Criterion Collection movies from Season 2. Spine numbers 101 to 200. Here we go again. Number 14, Carl Theodor Dreyer's Gertrude. Imagine if I did the whole video like this. Now imagine a movie like this. I never acknowledged you. I never acknowledged anyone else in the room. This, my friends, is Gertrude. No, you do not exist. It is all my surroundings. And, it's just like, Day of Wrath, I think Day of Wrath wasn't horrible, but I did like Or Dead. But Gertrude of the set is one that I was just never a fan of. No, I'm better than Gertrude. I'm going to look at you guys and tell you Gertrude is not worth your time. Or Dead's awesome. Day of Wrath, it's kind of meh, but just stay away from Gertrude. It's more. It's better. Yeah. Number 13, Ernst Lubitsch's Trouble in Paradise. This is one that I just didn't like just because of the plot. This is purely a plot thing. I wasn't a fan of the whole, these two crooks who fall in love over thievery, and it was just like, I get it, it's unique, but it's just like, I'm just not a fan. I wanted them to get their comeuppance, I didn't want them to get a clean giveaway. And I guess, Lubitsch was saying, oh, but these are the two lovers, they're just thieves, it's funny, it's ironic, ah ha ha. Bullshit. Number 12, Federico Fellini's 8½. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, God, he's putting a really amazing movie. This is the greatest movie ever in the list. Well, yeah, because I didn't like it. I just did not like it. And I think a lot of that is because I don't understand it. And then you're saying, well, why don't you watch it again? Well, I don't think I'm going to understand it. I'm not going to understand it, no matter how many times I watch this one. I feel like this one is a really personal statement that Fellini made, and it just so happens that a lot of people understand it. But I think there are a lot of people out there who also do not understand it because they don't go, I think a lot of it is, because a lot of it is about making movies. A lot of it is about being a director and all the things a director goes through. You know, I'm not a director, and I think a lot of people who make movies will understand this movie, but I don't. I mean, these little videos I do for, you know, this is just Drek, you know. I mean, well, it's not Drek. I mean, I like it, you know, but my point is, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't, you know, haven't gone through all the things that Fellini has gone through that I guess inspired him to make 8½, and I don't plan on ever doing that. So, having said that, I've struggled with this one. I struggled with understanding it, and the randomness just never appealed to me. All the weird imagery and all the weird characters and all that, and so because of that, I couldn't get into this one, guys. I'm sorry. It's a little too I think it's probably just a little too personal on Fellini's part. But hey, you know, at least there are better Fellini movies out there. You know, like Knights of Cabiria and La Strada, and even The White Sheik, which isn't that great, but still not bad. So, but this one it's just a little overrated. And that's all I have to say about it. Number 11. Volker Schlondorff's and Marguerite von Trotta's The Lost Honor of Katharina Blume. Again, another one that I feel is a little personal. I feel is a very historically placed movie. And obviously it's based on a novel. Maybe if I had read the novel, I'd understand the movie a little better. But that being said, I feel like I was just more frustrated with this movie. Obviously, I mean, I was frustrated with the way, you know, Katharina was treated, and I guess probably that was the point. But it felt a little too real at times, and I just didn't enjoy watching that kind of thing. You know, I mean, obviously now you're gonna say, well, you know, that's the thing. Sometimes you see things that you don't want to see. Well, you know, Criterion, you know, could choose to not put this movie in the thing. You know, okay, thanks guys. Could you not? You know. Yeah, and Volker Schlondorff, you know, he's done. You know, he did Young Torless, which is a pretty cool movie, and yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Lost Art of Katharina Blume, not Schlondorff's finest hour, but hey, there are worse ones out there. Number 10. Joseph von Sternberg's The Scarlet Empress. I think this one's in the list because I just didn't like Marlene Dietrich's performance. I just thought she was a really boring character. I don't feel like her performance was boring. And when I did get into it, I feel like she was just a very unlikable character. Obviously, I mean, you know, every movie has an unlikable character, but I don't know, when your star is the unlikable character, that just doesn't work with me too well. I mean, I know there are examples that you could point to that I probably said, oh yeah, the villain's awesome, you know, or the lead guy's unlikable, but he's awesome, you know, or things like that. But you know, it's just one that I couldn't understand. A lot of it was because I was just distracted by Dietrich's performance, which I felt was pretty lackluster. No wonder Madeline Kahn, you know, in Blazing Saddles, I'm so tired, you know, nailing the Dietrich impersonation, you know. I think it's subtext. Number 9. Bruce Robinson's How to Get Ahead in Advertising. Yeah, I just, no. I mean, Richard E. Grant, is that even his name? Richard E. Grant? What the hell is this guy's name? I'm gonna look this up because just to pad out this out, How to Get Ahead in Advertising. Richard E. Grant, that's his name, right? Richard E. Grant. Now, see, I'm smart. Yeah, it's just weird. The guy grows 2 heads, and it's kind of just gross. The ending speech, I feel like it didn't make sense, and I bought it and I sold it, and I was just like, why did I? The things I do for you guys. I watch cruddy movies like that. Yeah, it was just kind of just like, I just don't feel like it made a point. at all. You know, I feel it was just. I mean, it made a point, but I feel like it was just muddled by all this the science fiction element of it. It just muddled it all. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that one. I think if you want to see Richard E. Grant nail a performance with Nail and I right before it, you know, just stick with Nail and I, and you're all set. And you get to see the Eighth Doctor too. You remember, always a plus. Number 8, Peter Medak's The Ruling Class. Again, another one I just struggled with the story. I struggled with I think a lot of the music too. The music was really bombastic, and just this guy who thought he was Jesus and then thinks he's Jack the Ripper. I just was like, and it kind of just drags. It just kind of drags on too long, don't you think? Just a smidgen. For some reason, I keep comparing it to. I kept getting it mixed up with that Alec Guinness movie, which is a name I can't even think of right now. The one with the painter. I know which one you're thinking. I know what I'm thinking of, but gosh. So I kept getting those two mixed up, and I had to confirm. Okay, am I talking about the right movie? The one with the Jesus guy? It felt like one of those like one of those movies, one of those like Hair. It felt like Hair or something like that. Like I was watching like a weird version of Hair, or a less hippie version of Hair. I mean, there's all that, but it just wasn't very interesting. Went all along and just all around just kind of bizarre. I mean, there are great bizarre movies, Schizopolis, but this one, you know, obviously is one of the movies that tried to be serious, but Number 7, Luis Buñuel's Diary of a Chambermaid. Now, the Chambermaid's okay, but everybody else in the movie can suck it. I mean, I've already established Buñuel as a director I do not like. And because of that, you know, I at this point, you know, by this point, I had only seen Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie and Diary of a Chambermaid. And, yeah, so I've just got, I thought, okay, well, he kind of does comedies, you know, but he also does, like, more serious things or just more weird, creepy movies, too. I just didn't know what to make of him. And to this day, I still don't know what to make of this guy. I don't feel like there's enough, background or enough evidence in the supplements to defend these movies, you know, defend his movies. And because of that, all I have are the movies themselves. And, you know, if you leave me alone with a movie and don't give me any context or any interviews or any background, I'm just going to watch the movie and think, well, that was stupid. And so that's basically what I did with Diary of a Chambermaid. And that's, you know what? Let's go ahead and move it. Number 6, Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie. Yeah. See, this one was one of those ones. See, this was him trying to be funny. And it was one of those, you know, movies where, it wasn't funny. It was kind of corny. It was more corny than anything. And because of that, it just kind of... But it didn't work. You know, I want a comedy to... you know, if I don't really laugh at a comedy, then you're doing something wrong, you know. And, you know, I didn't... There were a few scenes in The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie that had made me titter, but nothing that made me just, like, you know, really just jump out of my chair dying of laughter, you know. And that was, I guess, Buñuel's downfall, so there you are. 2 Buñuel films back-to-back near the top of our list. Oh, dear. Number 5, Jean-Luc Godard's Contempt. Now we're getting into the deep shit. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. We're just say Godard, and you know now, just the blood curdles and just, oh, God. Yeah. Contempt, I think Contempt, a lot of it is, of course it's Godard, so it sucks, but a lot of it is the length, a lot of the extended scene between, oh gosh, what are their names? Is it Jean Moreau, I think? I think it was interesting that he got Fritz Lang, of all people, in the movie. I thought that was really neat to see him. You know, Bridget Bardot. Yeah, Bridget Bardot. Yeah, of course. And Bridget Bardot, we know she sucks because, you know, and God created woman. You know, I thought she's boring to look at. I was like, Jean Monroe isn't that boring. She ain't that interesting, but yeah. And Jack Palance and all that. Yeah, so it's just kind of... yeah, so I just, I mean, I thought, you know, obviously it's just about this husband and wife fighting most of the time. And, you know, it's got all those little touches of Godard that you've grown to love, you know. But because of it, it suffers. And yeah. And not to be outdone, number 4, Jean-Luc Godard's Band of Outsiders. See, compared to Contempt, at least Contempt's a little more straightforward. Band of Outsiders has more of the, look at me, I'm a new French New Wave director. I invented the goddamn French New Wave. And here I am showing you what you can do, but you're not going to because I won't let you, kind of thing. Or I'll let you, but you're gonna fail miserably because you can't do it like me. Yeah, I mean, who wants to see three young people dancing to a stupid, randomly dancing to a stupid song in a diner? Who wants to see? I mean, the film goes silent for less than a minute, and it's just. And again, Anna Karina, I just can't stand looking at her. So, yeah, there you are. There's your top of the worst. Godard. Just number 3, Virgot Showman's I'm Curious box set. For this one, I'm lumping yellow and blue together. You know, the box set. Going by the spine numbers, that's what I've been trying to do with these. With the Carl Theodor Drive box set, I liked Ordette, and Day of Wrath was bad, so I could easily separate Gertrude from those. With the first one, I mentioned with season 1, when I made Orphic Trilogy number 14, I did that because I couldn't remember the movies a lot that well, and rather than single out one from the set, I just decided to lump them all together because it just seemed a little easier. And yeah, I put it down there because I, didn't remember it very well. But I'm Curious, yellow, blue. This is more for yellow than blue, although they're both. I mean, all the nudity, all the penis touching, just awkward, and all the what's in the bag. You gotta guess what's in the bag. Write in your answers before the end of the movie, and you never find out what the hell's in the stupid bag anyway. So yeah, all the sex and just blah 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 blah. Tain't funny, McGee. Number 2, Luis Buñuel's That Obscure Object of Desire. There is no fucking reason why he needed to put 2 goddamn actresses in the same movie playing the same fucking part. It didn't make any sense. It was distracting. It was stupid. It was pretentious. Thank God that was his last film because he needed to stop. I mean, he needed to stop before he even started. This guy. I have no faith in the rest of Buñuel's movies outside of Exterminating Angel, which I have not seen at this point. But still, it's probably going to be Drek, and That Obscure Object of Desire is I just can't get past the fact that there were 2 actresses playing the same part. It was just come on! What the hell are you doing out there? Get your head in the fucking game. God damn it, Buñuel. You piece of shit. And the number 1 worst Criterion Collection movie from spine numbers 101 and 200 is... Yep, you guessed it. You've been watching these reviews. You know what I'm going to say. Here it is. Get all the hate ready for me. Number 1 is Alan Renault's Hiroshima Mon Amour. God every time I say that, a bad taste in my mouth just... It's like eating shit, just saying that name of that movie. And this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. This is 95 minutes of two people in bed touching each other and walking around Japan. That's all it is. And talking about how miserable their lives are. You know, they're trying to find solace in each other, yet sex is apparently the only thing they relate to, you know, and it's just... Oh, and it's about the war. Well, you know, there's subtext. It's about the war, so, you know, it's supposed to be smart. No, it isn't. No. This is Drek. It's boring. It's stupid. And I can't fucking stand it! Oh, well, the things I do for you fucking people. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I don't know what I do sometimes. I mean, it ain't solo bad. It is not solo bad. But it's up there. It's up there. Up there. It's up there. Oh, God fucking damn it. No. So there you have it. Top 14 worst Criterion movies. As picked by me, the guy who runs this channel. I know you all think your worst... you know, honestly, I'd like to know what your guys' opinion is of, like, what's the worst movie in, you know, numbers 100 to 200. And if you haven't seen the first one, go back and watch the first one and, you know, tell me that, first of all, of course, tell me that Salo is amazing because you guys love people eating shit and getting their eyeballs cut out, you know. But I'd love to know, actually, what your guys' opinion of is the worst movie from, like, spy numbers 100 to 200, you know. Just out of curiosity, I'm just curious, like, what you guys think is a movie that isn't that great, you know. Isn't as great as Criterion thinks it's to be. You know, one is like, this is just stupid, you know, that you looked at and said, wow, why am I watching this? I'd love to know your opinion. Seriously, I want to know. Please comment, you know, below and let me know what you think. Yeah, so anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope the fans are the guys who know how I do things around here. I hope you guys enjoyed me getting frustrated by these movies and all that, and, you know, not doing a very good job reviewing them and all that, and blah, 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 and just enjoying the fact that I have an opinion and I'm not afraid to use it, and I'm not afraid to turn on my printer whenever I feel to lean on it. Right, you can't see it, but anyway. Awkward. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We will see you later for more hate, more hatred videos and other stuff coming up sometime in the near future. And until then, goodbye.